You rolling?
Yeah.
Yo, we are here right now at the Art Groove. We're on the elevator right now. This is the old school elevator. I got my mans in the corner. What's your name, bro?
John. My name is John. How you doing?
How you doing, bro? You an artist?
No, sir. No, sir.
No, you here to see the artist shit?
Yes, sir. Yes,
That's
sir.
sick. Hell yeah. Yo, what's good, bro? How you doing?
I'm alright, man. I'm a little late, but we here.
Nah, facts. You got anything to say to the camera, bro?
Donovan, man. Kid of the future.
My man's about to spin at 8, right?
I'm about to get on in like 15 minutes.
That's 8.
Something like that, yeah.
Nah, she about to go crazy for real. I just got here. I was intrigued as fuck by this elevator.
Usually it's at a spot little down the street. I don't think I've been to this one yet. This elevator's new, but I fuck with it. I feel like VIP.
Nah, facts. Yeah, this shit's hard. All right, we in there. Thank you so much.
I'm gonna catch up with you in a little bit.
Bet. All right, so this is the space right here. You think that was a cool intro? So this is space right here. Yo, every place we go, I'm just like nervous as fuck until we just jump into it. So if y'all thinking I'm just like not nervous, I definitely am.
My name is Terrence. I'm a designer, fashion designer. This is my brand, Easy Target.
How long you been doing it for?
I mean, like 2 years.
2 years.
Yeah.
How's the process been?
It's definitely a process. It's been good for me for sure. Working harder every day, getting further every day.
What are some things that inspire you with your work?
My next design that I come up with, I like just coming up with designs. I'm always inspired by the ideas I come up with.
Right, so you're just in love with the process for real. Right, that's it.
For sure.
What do you want to, like, what's a message that you want to get across with your work?
Just stay true to yourself. You know, do your own thing. Do it at your pace. And don't let nothing hold you back. Don't let nobody hold you back.
The one thing about like doing like interviews here with like art pieces and stuff, like I can't really tell who's the artist for real. I really like this though, especially this with the Chenz incorporated. If you're a painter out there, I highly suggest to get your shit in here in these events. It's called the Art Groove. I don't know how it goes logistic wise or like detail wise with like paintings and stuff like that, but definitely get it in here. I think it's a good investment for real.
My name is Chenz, and I do a lot of ink work, like just black and white, yeah.
When did you start getting into doing it?
Probably like this, maybe like 3 years. Yeah, I want to do tattoos. So like, yeah, it's like black and white, like.
Did you do any tattoos there, or it's mostly just like the ink work?
No, but like I'm like the stippling. That's like I'm trying to get into like the shading, the right way. Yeah.
What inspires you to create your pieces?
Probably a lot of music. Like my music taste definitely like it helps me lock in.
What do you listen to?
I like Kendrick a lot while I'm drawing. So like Kendrick and just like chill shit.
I could definitely see like the Kendrick like vibes with like definitely the one on the left, bottom left. Right.
Fear a lot, like even the whole damn album. So how was that? But like music is definitely a bigger inspiration for it.
Is there any like message that you have in your art that you want to like spread to other people?
It's really emotional, so like whatever fits for you, like fits, because like it has a lot of meanings in it, like multiple in each one. Like even just the one in the middle, the never come back, it's two people running, and then if you look, they make a heart with their hands and it's stitching. And then that one's just like a lot of like, probably like relationship. That one is more emotional. But that one at the top, that's like master of all trades. That's my favorite right now. Thank you.
What's that? Like, what's the idea behind that piece?
So it's like a lot of like circus theme. It's like, it's just like creepy. But like the sevens are slot machines. And the guy, he's like a puppet master and he's smoking the dice. So, and then he's holding the guy and then the gun on the side's like a Russian roulette. And then it has a tightrope and cards. So that, yeah, thank you.
Hi, I'm Venus and I'm an oil painter.
How long have you been oil painting?
I've only been oil painting for probably like less than 4 years, but I have been doing art for more than 10.
How's it been going, like in general? Like, how's it been going so far?
It's been going great. I recently picked up oil painting again last year, and it's just so crazy. Like, I've actually been able to get better super fast. So I'm very proud of where I am right now.
What do you think is like attributed to you getting like so much better? Like, were you just like creating a lot of different paintings?
Yeah, it's definitely consistency and putting in that work and really just training, because even though I like to make big finished pieces, they're all practice in some sort of way.
What inspires you to create?
Honestly, I feel the purpose of an artist is to alchemize pain. And so just taking the shit I've experienced in the past, all of the pain, and just actually making it into something tangible and beautiful. That's the point. That's the point.
That's dope, because I was saying that a lot. I be saying that a lot as well, because I make music, and I feel as though that I do that within like the music, like, and I feel like within like different creative like realms, it's very similar, like in a sense like therapeutic, like taking something that you really feel like deeply about and like making it into something like beautiful. So that's really dope. Is there any message that you want to get across to people with your music? I mean, with your art.
Yes, definitely. I feel like my art is just a testament to womanhood, and not even really like raw womanhood, but like the idealization of it and the way it's like perfected. I don't know, my art comes from a weird place of unnaturalism and idealism. I don't know, I think it's cool. Anybody can take it however they want it. I like to make pretty stuff though, personally.
I'm Isaiah, I'm an artist. I live in the area. I go to school over at FIT. I'm from upstate though, so I'm going to school, like I stay in the city for school right now.
How long you been painting for?
I've been painting forever, to be honest, but I honestly didn't start taking it serious until around like junior year of high school. I'm in my second year of college right now, but junior year of high school, I plan on going to school for football and like, but for sports or something, but you know, I had an injury and I kind of like threw all that off. So like in the process of that, I kind of got, you know, more into art and everything, really started taking it serious, and I knew like I could actually, you know, pursue it for a career and everything. So, you know, that's when I really started taking it serious.
Do you feel like you get the same kind of like fulfillment with painting that you do with football?
Yeah, of course, because they both, you know, I feel like people say it all the time, but, you know, practice makes perfect, and that goes for anything in life, to be honest. You know, football, you know, you spend hours in the gym, you spend hours on the field doing, you know, let's say you playing basketball, right? You in the gym, you putting up shots. All those shots, it's going, you know, gonna go to the game and everything. And then with art and everything, it's like all the sketchbooks, you know, all the drawings, countless hours. You're gonna build up the skill for that, and it's gonna make perfect, you know, with the pieces in the end. So I feel like it definitely goes one to one. I definitely see the same grind, the same aspect. You know, I do a lot of that with the art too, as I did with football.
What are some inspirations that you have like with painting?
Just for most of my paintings, like this one right here, it doesn't really go with that, but mostly I just like to tell, like, just push diversity, tell stories like that, and then in the end, like, my end goal is to be able to, like, have an art collective of just countless, you know, different people with different skill sets from different backgrounds, different ethnicities and stuff like that, and we just work on big projects together in the community, whether it be murals, whether it be, you know, fundraisers, shit like that, and just be able to, you know, just push diversity, push stuff in the community, and just promote that as much as I can.
What's a message that you want to get across with your work?
Honestly, just treat everybody the same. Everybody got their differences, and really just embrace your differences. Like that's one of the biggest things to me. It's like, you know, whether your hair different, your skin different, anything, whatever it is, just honestly just embrace that. Don't, you know, whether it comes to fashion, whether it comes to whatever it is, everybody has their own taste and stuff, and really just embrace your own differences, embrace your own taste. Don't fit into the trends. Really just do whatever you feel comfortable with. That's the biggest thing.
All right, and now we're on the go. This is a beautiful gallery. It has multiple different components, multiple different spaces. Once again, don't know who the painter is. I feel like at art gallery events, there should be like painters' name tags on it, on their like chest, and they'd be like their art name, something, you know what I'm saying, that could distinguish. You know, every time I walk into art galleries, I'm like wondering what like it symbolizes. That's really what I'm curious about. I just really want to know like behind the scenes of like what the paintings really are about. But a lot of the time, artists really don't want to really tell people. They want to have you like keep that kind of under wraps, like keep that idea so you could just like make up like what the idea is yourself and shit. But like, I'm still gonna ask.
My name is Pooy, and I'm a contemporary artist. I dabble around many different mediums. So for this specific series, I went with digital. And on the bottom, this is all made with Photoshop.
How long have you been doing it for?
So artists in general, I've been an artist for 5 years. This is my second art show, and doing digital work like this, I've only had like 2 years of experience.
How long have you been, I'm sorry, I forgot the question. What does everything mean to you? Like, what do the pieces mean to you?
All of these, I made this whole series for me, most of it. So these 3 pieces are my pets. So I have 3 pets. I have 2 lizards and 1 cat. The one at the top, it's supposed to represent my Mexican culture, my Mexican heritage. So wrestling is a big part of it. It's a big sport in Mexico. And I also like wrestling. I love pro wrestling. So I wanted to add that. So these three are more of my inner emotions. So Rocky, the franchise, has given me so much motivation. I've learned a lot from it, and I applied a lot of the life lessons I learned from the series to my art. And this one at the bottom is mostly like, a lot of artists have a problem with just thinking too much. That affects their work, that affects them selling it, affects them in an overall state. So it's just my spin off the Uncle Sam poster.
Is there any message that you want to get across with your art?
With my artwork, I always try to level up. I always try to do better than I did the last time. So my next art show, I'm gonna try to one-up this. And I apply that to everything. I go by the words better, not perfect. And I kind of live by those words. I even have it on my ring. But yeah, that's what I go by. That's what I want to portray. That's what I want to get across.
My name is Kumo Sha. I'm a photographer from the Bronx. And what I do is photography. I like to paint and storytell and create my own narratives of like what I imagine the world to be. Or just add a new perspective on like how we can see things differently, you know? Because I feel like even with this piece right here, like people like to make black women in a scene of like they always fighting each other, you know, reality TV shows, and I want to like add new perspective of like how we can view them in different ways. So that's what I feel like my job is to do as a photographer, just to add context to what's going on in the world.
How long have you been doing photography for?
I've been doing photography for 10 years. 10 years.
How's it been going?
It's ups and downs, man, ups and downs. So I'm a freelancer, I do it full time. So being like a freelancer and trying to figure out like how I could pay my rent and pay my bills, and it's a struggle, like, you know, like taking like jobs that may not always like work in the type of field that I want to do for money, but also finding the balance of like doing what I want to do in that.
How do you feel like that affects the creative process?
So me doing it for 10 years, I learned it don't have to. You know, you can like, as long as you focus on what you want to do, money always comes. It took me like 8 years to learn that. Like I started doing jobs that wasn't really like what I wanted to put out, and I got kind of stuck in that loop until I got like depressed in doing that. Then I realized, let me just do what I do, and I just get the blessings come your way when you do what you do. Because if you do what's in your heart, you're gonna make great art, and money come after that. You know, when you're making greatness.
Is there a message that you want to get across with your art?
Damn, that's a lot of messages, man. I'm gonna say this.
You have a couple.
Don't look past what's in front of you, man. Like, I feel like too much, like, even as a photographer, we always trying to shoot in these places that's so far, when it's like, there's things in your backyard that you can start photographing now and paint the stories that's real to you. Like, the first book I came out with was All the Talent is in the Hood, and I feel like my perspective was like just capturing what's around me and finding the beauty in that. So just find beauty in like your everyday scenes, like, you know, like going to the store, like the bodega man, like, you know, I'm your sister, your brother, and paint that story because it's coming from a real place, and you got a lot to say about what's real to you, you know, versus chasing like things that's like far, you know what I mean? Like, work with what's around you, you know what I mean? And create from that, be creative with that, you know?
My name is Mark. I also go by Tunes, and I'm an artist and a designer.
How long have you been doing it for?
For about 5 years, I've been painting, and I've been designing like clothing for like 2.
What inspires you to create your work?
I first started drawing cartoons a lot when I first started doing artwork. And then I stumbled upon the skeleton series. Yeah, I stumbled upon the skeleton series that I made up due to like going through a hardship in childhood. And so one side is like being dead, like being alive, but not being like actually alive, you know, being dead on the inside. And then the other part is like you being alive. So that's where that started from. And then now I'm venturing out doing my own like characters, my own cartoon characters, and trying to do my own clothing brand.
Is there any like message that you want to get across with your work?
I have a couple of messages, but like one particular I would say is to like follow your dreams, like follow your passion. Like if you have something that your soul is calling you to do, then do it. Like just do it. Like don't even think about it. Don't think about money. Like just do it, because the money will come after. Like all of your words will be solved like after you just like pursue what you really want to do, you know?
Do you have any pieces that you like have like a interesting story about, or like a really like a concept behind that you like thought of?
So like this one up here, The World Is on Fire. That piece, like it has like a special place in my heart. It has a double meaning, and one of them is like we gotta take care of our earth, you know, because like we're damaging our earth by using all plastics and all types of different materials. And then the other meaning is like you create your own world with the way you think. So if you could fix the way you think, the way your mind is, that's how your reality will be.
My name is Najee, and I'm an abstract artist.
How long have you been doing it for?
Since I was a kid, I know how to play 2 instruments. I was always in anything creative, from dance to anything. So everything. I've been doing this since I was little.
What are some things that have inspired you to create your art?
I make a lot of my art based off my emotion and what I'm feeling at the moment. So if I'm angry, my art is going to be angry. If I'm high, it's going to look high, like most of my art here right now. So a lot of my art is based off of how I'm feeling in the moment, or I put a lot of trash in my art from what you can see. So it's based off my emotions, what I'm feeling, who's in my face, you know, whatever, yeah.
Do you have any messages that you want to get across with your art to the people who view it?
I want to give the realness, the rawness from my art. I want you to know my story and know like where I come from, what I'm going through in that moment, just about me. Know everything about my art and who I am as a person. So yeah.
Do you have any pieces here today that you have any like interesting like story about, or like something that like has drawn like an emotion from you?
So this one right here, I made this my freshman year in FIT. I made it based off, I smoked a lot when I was in FIT, like every day, 10 joints a day. So I made this based on its name, Smoked Out. So I made it based off of me smoking a lot. You see the rolls in it and stuff like that. I made it based off me smoking, and I was angry at the moment and just going through a lot. I was change of environment, everything like that. This one right here, I made it out of, all of these are like 8 packs of weed. And I made it says pharmacy because I grew up in the projects. I used to play in like my dad used to be a dealer or whatever, went to jail. So I was around a lot of drugs and stuff like that. So I make a lot of my work based off of drugs, what I use on a daily basis and stuff like that. So yeah.
No, yeah, I like how you pull from like the realness of your like experience and like put it on the art. That's really dope.
I'm Shelby Jacquez, and I'm an artist, and I'm also a curator for Art Groove.
How long have you been making art for?
I've been making art, all my life really, all my life.
What inspires you to create your pieces?
I'm inspired by love, lust, and romance. That's like my top 3 inspirations. So I'm trying to capture like, kind of like a glimpse of my own head, you know?
Is there any message that you want to get across with your pieces?
I'm really just trying to show like my romantic side and my lustful side, and also like just beauty in general to me, you know? I like girly girls and I like capturing femininity, so it's pretty cool.
Can you tell us anything about these pieces? I definitely can see the emotion of like the femininity and the romance with it, but what kind of inspired you to make these pieces?
For the top piece, really it was just like in the moment kind of thing. Like I had taken the photo a while back. I was in Cali, and you know I always dreamt about being there, and it just felt like a surreal moment to me. because it was like a very nice scene. There was mountains, and that was my first time in Cali. And you know, I'm just a passionate person overall, and I love love. So I was reminded of this photo recently, so I was just like, you know, it's like a really good photo, and I love the emotion that I saw in that because I felt the aura of us, you know, and that's like what really inspired me to paint it because I felt like I wanted to capture that aura, you know, just like that aura of being in love. Yeah.
I love that. That's really true.
What really drove it. Yeah.
Other than the art, I wanted to say kudos to you for putting all of you and the team for putting all of this together and like really making this happen. I wanted to ask you what was some like inspirations of like why did you want to put this together and where we're like how did it come about, like how did we get here to this point of the art groove?
It was pretty much because me and my friends, we needed to show our work. I had done shows back then with other friends that I had, and you know, it was really just about bringing people together to embrace art because I felt like there was a disconnect in the community with the arts. I feel like people need this, and I used to go to art events as well, and I would get inspired myself. So me going out and seeing that, it really like changed my perspective, you know. We would see like how people interact at these shows. I say we because it was me and my friend, right? And this friend turned into be like someone that is part of the team now. So we all help each other, and it's a bigger team now. But you know, it started off of the idea of just coming together, showing our art, and connecting. Really, it's just about connecting, like the long game. Like, you know, it's not really about trying to make money right now. It's not really about trying to get clout or nothing like that. It's really just showing my art to people that are really interested in my art, that really like art, you know? Not just like art, they love art. Because that's the type of people I want to know. Those are the people that's going to uplift us and bring us that passion and that drive to keep going. And that's where it came from, for real.
I love it as well because it definitely gives like the more the platforms for painters, it gives like more painters the opportunity to actually get their work out there and sell their work and like get more eyes on their work as well. We definitely have a lot of different like smaller painters who are watching and who are subscribed to the channel. Is there any advice that you have for any like painters who are smaller and are trying to get their work out there?
Just work, honestly, just keep working, just paint as much as you can every day. There's no excuse. Like, yeah, there's excuses, but you can find time, even if it's 10 minutes. Just work every day, and like, if you truly love this, then you should go for it 100%. Because what else do we got to this world? We're gonna die, you know? Why not just live your life doing what you love, for real? If you love to make art and you don't know why you like to make art, then maybe it's for a reason. You know, any kind of art, because I'm an artist. That doesn't just mean I'm a painter. It can mean any type of art. Art is a craft of life. It's buildings, it's like, you know, architecture, it's in nature, it's life itself, you know. So yeah, I feel like it's just very positive and it builds character.
My name is Florell, and I am a live painter and Western artist.
How long have you been doing it for?
I've been painting my whole life, but I have been a practicing artist full-time for 5 years. Yeah.
Is there any inspiration that you have that inspires you to create?
It's more of like an innate drive that like I can't shut off. So for a long time, like through college and after college, I didn't paint because I thought it was just more of a hobby. Like I didn't major in art or anything like that. But I've always loved painting. And then when I was 27, I moved to Australia and went to an art school there. And my art teacher really like helped me remember that art is such a big piece of myself and kind of helped me remember who I was. And then after that, I like have to create to like be who I am. So as far as like inspiration for my own work and my paintings, I really love Western art and just like the work ethic of the West and the beautiful scenery and how Western art itself really has a strong narrative because I love looking at a painting and like imagining the story behind it.
Is there any message that you want to get across with your art?
I think that it depends on what I'm painting. Like if I'm painting something like this, or if I'm painting a portrait, it just kind of, the message depends, but overall I would like people to stand in front of my work and just be like kind of struck, like see it from across the room and stop and stare at it and connect with the work in some way. So even if it's a painting of a woman that they don't know, that they see that woman and they think of their mom or their best friend or something, or themselves even. So I would say stop and stare, or like a true connection with my work is like what I'm going for.
Can you tell us something about the piece that you're making right now?
Yes, so I have an obsession with American bison, and just like what the animal and like the legend of the American bison represents to America and like the indigenous populations that are the original Americans. I think they're like gentle but fierce creatures, so I find myself painting them a lot. I love painting wildlife and animals that you find in the West, so horses, pronghorn, bison, and big sheep and other things like that. So I love painting them, and I just really love this picture, so I wanted to capture that tonight.
So my name is Jay Carlos Dominguez, and I'm an artist. I do oil paintings, watercolors. I do like portraits, landscapes, all of the above.
How long have you been creating for?
I've been doing art since I was like young, but I learned to paint in art high school. I went to LaGuardia High School, and it wasn't until like senior year where I started like really enjoying it. And then after high school, I started doing painting on my own in my own home, and that's
What caused you to start like really enjoying it?
I feel like it was just a hobby, and then when I put in the work and saw how the work came out to be, and I was really just enjoying like the end product a lot, and I enjoy like the whole journey with the art, getting there, like starting from a blank canvas to like the finished product. I just enjoyed all of it. And
Is there anything that inspires you to create your pieces?
music, and then other artists as well. Seeing other art is really inspiring, because like I feel like I take inspiration from like different artists to try to like put them together in my own thing, or like I see other art and I want to replicate it. I may not get to everything that I see, but like there's a lot of art that I've seen before that I really want to get to create similar work like that.
Is there anything you could tell us about the pieces that you have up right now? Like anything that's like that inspired you to create them, or like the idea behind them?
This Kendrick Lamar one I actually did back in high school, senior year, and we had to do like a series, and we had to choose our own series, and I chose to do like artists, rappers, and I didn't finish as many as I was supposed to, but like Kendrick Lamar was the last one that I did, and I think it was the first painting that I really saw that I was like, oh, if I put enough time into my work, I can actually make like a good product. And then after high school, during like the COVID time, during the lockdown, is when I did the weekend painting during his album rollout for After Hours. I liked a lot of the photography, and I felt like making that into a painting would be like just really amazing.
I really like them because they're like damn near like photorealistic. Is there any message that you have for the people watching, like, or is there anything that you is there any message that you have within the pieces that you create?
I try to make really dramatic pieces. That's something that I enjoy, and I feel like that's what I want people to see from that. Like with the dark darks and bright highlights, I want people to notice that and just make it seem very dramatic, you know, like really like.
My name is Daffy Newton, and these are my paintings. I paint mainly figures, and these are all in acrylic, but I'm starting to dabble in oils as well.
How long have you been doing it for?
I've been painting my whole life, but I really started to like find my style and my niche probably about like 2 or 3 years ago, and that's when I started to like really pound out my artwork and really get into it.
What inspires you to create your pieces?
Just like life. I mean, they're mainly figures of women, and you know, that really inspires me. I'm a lesbian, so I love women, but also just like empowerment, and yeah, I guess that kind of like women empowerment, and just I don't know, yeah.
Love that. Is there any message that you want to get across with your work?
I think that just all bodies are beautiful, and that, yeah, just be yourself, kind of, yeah.
Is there anything you could tell us about the pieces that you have up right now?
Yeah, so this is a series I did my senior year of high school, and that was very like, I think this piece about like periods, you know, I have endometriosis, so that is always something I struggled with, and I wanted to portray that in my pieces. And then I feel like these top two on the left are more kind of like mental like struggles, I guess. And then the other two on the right are again just like really empowerment. That piece in the middle I did right after I was diagnosed with endometriosis, and that was kind of my way of like processing that.
I really like the pieces as well. They're really dope. No, yeah, I like the style a lot of it too. Like I feel like I just really like the style.
Using colors and playing with light and shadows and using color to do that as opposed to just like normal skin tone. So like everybody can see themselves in my work.
Hi, I'm Natalia Rubio. I'm from Colombia. I'm fashion designer, but also I started painting the last November. So this is my art, and I do art fluid, but also mix it a lot of things because I'm fashion designer, so I do fashion illustrations, and always I wanna study like plastic art, but never do it. So I just mix a lot of techniques or a lot of things in my art. I put Chenz, spikes, and that one is like call it visceral love. So it's inspiring love, and visceral because I think the art is like a pet. You know, when you see a people and you see the pet, it's like something similar. So I think the art is something similar to his or her owner. I have a lot of things of my personality there.
Yeah. I love that about it as well, because I feel like that's what drew me in, like the different things you put in, like the chains and like the spikes and stuff like that. I feel like that's like really different. What inspires you to create your pieces?
My inspiration, it was a love, and I think it's a love. All my inspiration always, because I think the love is the most bigger energy. All my art is inspired in a people, in one person who make me feel in love and make me feel inspired to paint. And I put the wire and the chains.
Just interviewed a bunch of artists and stuff like that. Show what's behind so they can show like where we just came from. Word. We're coming this way, and we need some water. You going, Ash? Hey, we are here outside the Art Groove. We are here in lovely New York. Me and Ash just went to the corner stores and got some Stellas. I kind of drank some of Ashley's Stella because she was taking too long. You don't know how lit you are until you just like start walking around, and like it's like difficult. Come on, we gotta find a garbage somewhere.
Can I take a picture of you? Sure.
I'm holding the mic. Getting some pictures taken. I hope you guys are enjoying the video so far.
My name is Brian, and I'm a photographer. I like to do street photography, portrait photography, studio photography, and just trying to get myself out there. And I also trying to model as well, and trying to be the most fashionable person I could be. Yeah.
How long have you been doing it for?
So for photography, I've been doing it for about 3 years, and I've started going to a lot of events, and then I bounced back to like doing street photography, studio work, and then now I'm back into doing events so I can just connect more with people and try to see what I could do outside.
Is there anything that inspires you to create your work?
A lot of fashionable people, honestly. I think, and art just in general. Like I think seeing different art for what it is when it comes to like painting, clothes, photos, just models in general, everything that has to do with like music as well, all ties all together to my inspirations.
Is there any like message that you want to get across with your work?
to never give up on myself and to always show love to and kindness to other people.
Hi, I'm Alina. I'm a curator, a braider, a mother.
Hi, I'm Karina. I like painting wildlife. I like painting the raw things that people find ugly, like animals hunting their prey.
What inspires you guys to create your work?
Life, really. I feel like without creating, it's not worth living.
Same thing for me. I find the circle of life beautiful. The way that predators have to hunt their prey in order to get their food, and also the way the prey feels while it's getting hunted. It's a very raw experience. So I like portraying that in my art, and that's what I capture. Because usually when people tend to paint wildlife, they paint the beautiful scenes, but never the predators hunting the prey.
Is there any messages that you guys want to portray with your art to like the people who are viewing it?
Don't feel like what you're doing isn't enough. No matter how little it is, it still makes a big difference to your life or to another person's life, regardless of how it may feel at the moment.
I would say to go with the flow. The circle of life is really intense, and sometimes all you can do is just go with the flow.
Do you guys have pieces up tonight? Yeah.
But it was like, since I'm the curator, I really don't focus on hanging up my art as much. I just focus on making sure everyone else's art looks, top notch. But I did bring this one piece right here. It's called Burning Fire in a forest. Yeah.
I feel the exact same way. Like I always feel like more of a need to like kind of showcase like other artists instead of like putting myself too much at the forefront. And even doing that, I feel like people also like notice your art more from doing things like that, from like giving more people like a platform, even though it's not like putting yourself at the forefront. Why did you get into curating? Like what made you get into like curating, like showcasing like other artists and like getting into like the art groove?
As an artist, I was seeing how I was treated and like being a part of other art shows. It just wasn't the same. I didn't get the same experience I wanted it to like that I get here. It just wasn't the same. Like Art Groove is not in the same category as other art shows at the moment because we actually put in a lot of love and a lot of attention, and we actually are artists ourselves. We're not just rich people who just trying to party. Like it's not about that at the end of the day.
Just a last question. Like we have a lot of different small like painters and like artists who are watching and are trying to like get their work out there. Do you have any advice for like any like painters who are like really trying to get their work like out there and say like get their work like at a showcase like this?
Give yourself the opportunity. Like this is what we're here for. We're here for you. So give it a try. It's always good to try, because if you didn't, then you'll never know.
I would say continue creating art that makes you happy. Create art for yourself, not commercial art for others, but whatever you feel like is for you. And make prints.
I'm Jay. I'm a designer. I make clothes. I design.
How long have you been designing for?
About 5 years. I started by graphic design, graphics, flyers, logos, things of that nature, and then I expanded onto cut and sew pieces, fashion.
How would you say it's been going so far?
It's been my life. I've learned a lot through this journey. I'm learning about myself, my identity, me as a person, learning to express that through different mediums, the cuts of the clothes, the graphics.
Is there a message that you want to have people that you want to come across with your work?
Yeah, so my brand is called Self-Destruct. The meaning of it is just only you can stop yourself. So when I was starting my brand, I was thinking about names and the visual identity of it. And at the same time, I kind of didn't want to start it because in my school, there was like a lot of other brands too. So I was like, they're about to be like, oh, here come other brand, here comes another brand, everyone's doing brands. I was like, yeah, everyone is doing brands, whatever, but deep inside, I felt that it wasn't just another brand. Like I had something to say. I had the work ethic for it. This is what I wanted. I didn't just want the outcome. I didn't just want the fame. I didn't just want the money. It's cool, but what I wanted to express myself. only you can stop yourself. Self-destruct, only you stop yourself.
My name's Katya, and I would like call myself a painter and a sculptor. So I do the ceramic work that's right here, and also all of these are painted, mostly in acrylic. I also do oil and like other stuff, but mostly acrylic, yeah.
How long have you been creating for?
Honestly, for a really long time. I've been painting since I was like a little kid, but I'm currently in school for it, so that's definitely like helping me kind of like hone in and like do it more often.
Do you feel like school like kind of got you on the knowledge that you needed to like really expand your like creative work?
It definitely helps, yeah, for sure, and like gives us the space to work as like students and like guidance. Yeah, totally.
Yeah, I've always thought about how that experience is because I've never went to a art school before, but I've always kind of like been intrigued by it. So it's like it's
really different for like a college experience that like most of my friends are getting, but I definitely like love it, and I'm like happy I get to be doing something I'm like truly passionate in.
Is there anything that inspires you to create your pieces?
Maybe not like one thing. I love like showcasing femininity, anything with like flowers, like girly details. I feel like that's always like nice to see in a painting, and like shit that I like is kind of things I tend to focus on. Yeah.
Can you tell us anything about the pieces that you have here?
These bottom ones and those top were completed like last month, so like super new. I like to like incorporate different texture and like mixed media. So like this is on wood, canvas, and we have like embroidery in it, and definitely like touching on like feminine topics, I guess, with like anatomy and like stitching and like the colors. But yeah.
All right, I powered through the interview even though I was smizzed. It went pretty well. I think it went lovely. Yeah, so we're here at the Art Groove. It's wrapping up right now. Everybody's cooling down. I'm feeling pretty nice. I'm feeling pretty loose. I loved doing this. I loved the conversations that we had with the artists. There was a lot of great conversations, a lot of great behind the scenes, like a lot of like the work with that the artists had here today. It's lovely to hear how the artists created the pieces and like the mentality behind it. We're about to get up out of here, go back to Jers. But before we go, we're gonna get a chopped cheese. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to support our independent broadcast, make sure you guys subscribe. Trying to get to the monetization at 1,000 subscribers. So make sure y'all press that subscribe button. Boom, boom, boom. Boom.